He will finally was thrown in the third. Ultimo from
Hi! Last week we had a European Mountain Bike Orienteering Championships in Ignalina, which is sort of Lake District of Lithuania. Even though all the races were pretty close to the event center, we still wouldn't have enough time for proper footage, so we decided to cover one whole race. And because Czech Republic, or Czechia if you want, is pretty good in relays, especially the mixed ones, we decided to cover this particular race. In this video I would like to show you how this race looks from my point of view, which in this case is point of view of second leg of relay defending the European title. The final preparations for the relay usually starts the day before, when we discuss the course setting possibilities over the old map, and we also check the street view in the location. For those who want to get massages, we have a masseur whose name is Kuba, and he's a huge coffee lover. Each evening before the race we have so-called Alberting, which is like a meeting with our coach where we discuss the upcoming race, like when do we start, what are the courses, what's the time schedule, and so on.
Zítra je to takový kratší middle, to znamená od 14,5 do 15 km, je ten jeden úsek převýšení takový střední, 290-330 metrů, 23 kontrol, směrný čas 40 až 45 minut, to znamená celkový směrný čas 120 až 135 minut.
After that we usually just chit-chat or play some card games like Ligretto.
Konec!
Tomorrow the first legs of the mixed relay start at 11:45, so we should leave our accommodation at around 11 o'clock. Because of this late start, we can set our alarm for 9 AM, which is really nice because we all really need to rest after today's long distance, which was tough. So, good night. Change of the plans. We planned to leave our accommodation at 11 on bikes, but the organizers sent us some notification that we have to be there already at 10 in the event center. So our pretty late alarm isn't really helpful. We start with breakfast. Usually we have breakfast from the organizers, but this time we decided to make it on our own, and it was really a great idea. Pare, this guy, made pies for breakfast as well as oatmeals and scrambled eggs. It was really delicious. At this accommodation it was our last day, so we had to pack everything up in the cars and hit the roads, so you won't miss the start of the relay. So it's 9:40 and in 20 minutes the entry to the relay arena will close, and we have like 10 or I think around 10 minutes of driving there, so I hope there won't be any queues or any traffic jam. The elite riders had mixed relays, which consist of 1 woman and 2 men. The starting order is totally up to the team, but we decided to stick to the regular ladies first order. Czech elite team made 3 mixed relays. Relay number 1: Martina Tichovská, Vojtěch Ludvík and Krištof Bogar. Relay number 2: Kateřina Nováková, Jan Hašek and Vojtěch Stránský. Relay number 3: Valerie Kamerová, Martin Kanta and Jiří Hradil. The start of the mixed relay was planned on 11:45 when most of the junior and EOF relays have already finished.
4 minutes left. 5.
When girls and 1 Latvian guy started, I went to the quarantine to get ready for the race. Because my GoPro session doesn't have a display, I needed to adjust it before entering to the quarantine where the cell phones are not allowed. The first legs were on the spectator control in just about 25 minutes after the start. When they passed it, I moved to the handover area, cleared out my SI card and get over lorry ready for the handover. The last loop was a little bit longer than advertised, but after 22 minutes I finally get into the forest on the 4th position, 1.5 minutes after Latvians and about 1 minute after 2 relays from Denmark. About 1 minute behind me started relays from Sweden, Finland, Austria, Denmark and Lithuania. The beginning of the race was quite easy because I knew most of the first controls from the long distance the day before, so it was just about pushing hard. On my way to the first control I managed to catch the Denmark 3 team. Then I kept pushing hard, and on my way to the 4th control I got over the Latvians to the 2nd position. The 5th control was quite off the track and I had to stop in order to punch it. Then on my way to the 7th control I made, I guess, my biggest mistake on these European Championships. When I saw the map more precisely later, I find out that in reality I was counting the small forest as the part of the big one, so the junction wasn't at the edge of the meadow, it was more in the woods. I should have checked the contours as well, but at higher speeds you cannot control all the features.
Okay. Byl trošku problém.
This mistake cost me around 80 seconds. By the camera control, I rather stopped because I didn't understand the buildings and the private areas and the whole situation well. And as you can see on the video, the guys weren't 100% sure neither. Because the rest of the first map seemed easy to me, I decided to turn over the map just after the camera control, but I made two mistakes. I didn't check the rest of the course properly, which was the same mistake I made on the sprint distance, and I didn't remember the correct number of the next control.
65. About 60.
Because I thought the last point on the first map was the spectator control, I was quite confused by the start so far from it.
How shall we get there? But I mean, you have to hit the start, right? Yeah.
I was so desperate I even bothered Teemu, but then I decided to follow the guys and find out what the problem was later. When I took a look at the first side of the map, I realized my mistake and started pushing hard again. To the 21st control, I didn't see the direct path through the village, so I took the route choice from the left side, and I lost the time advantage or the guys from Finland and Lithuania I had before. Therefore, I handed over the relay to Krzysztof Bogar on the third place, some 10 seconds behind the leader. When Krzysztof got to the maps, he had quite a surprise there, because his map was missing. Luckily, the organizers were ready for this unusual situation and gave him the spare map they had behind the fence. But how did it happen that there wasn't his map? 10 seconds earlier, Samuel Pökälä from Finland took Krzysztof's map. Samuel was relay number 3 and Krzysztof was third leg, so it was quite easy to make this mistake. Sadly, they were later disqualified for this. After the readout, there was another surprise, and that was disqualification of Jonas from the Lithuanian team, because he didn't punch the 5th control even though he rode just next to it. Do you remember how I needed to stop there, because it was a bit off the track? Well, that's exactly the same control. Krzysztof finished third behind the relays from Lithuania and Finland, but both of these relays were disqualified, so we could start celebrating. This is also orienteering and part of the game. Even though it was pretty unsecure, we were able to defend our title.
No, protože ti sebral ten piňák.
No, on ti vzal papu, proto se tam...
Máš to všechno?
Czech Republic. European champion Polska Martina Ludwig Wojtek.
The Lithuanians and Finns were really strong, so I can't wait for the rematch on the World Championships in Sweden. Other two Czech relays finished in the top 10. Relay number 3 ended up on the 7th position and relay number 2 on the 9th position.
Elite Mixed Relay at the European Championships. Pasitikite Mix grupės stipriausias komandas. The Mix group will be awarded by the Lithuanian All Team Federation President Donatas Kazlauskas. 6th place winners. Team Finland 2. 5th place, Team France, Franzusia. 4th place, Lithuania team number 2. And the medal winners. The bronze medalist absent, that's Team Sweden with Linn Villars, Rasmus Nordgren and Marcus Jansson. Trečioji vieta Švedija. And the silver medal winners. Austria, Marina Reiner, Tobias Breitschadl, Andreas Waldmann. The winners, title defenders and European champions once again. Czech Republic, Czechios Republika, Martina Tichowska, Wojtek Ludwik, Krzysztof Bogar.
This was the final race of this year's European Mountain Bike Orienteering Championships, and I have to say, this was one of the best championships I've ever been to. Not only that the organization was perfect, but I also managed to do a quite good race in the sprint distance, where I won. And on the long distance I made few bad route choices, but otherwise it was also quite a good race for me, and I ended up on the 4th place. Thanks to this, I'm together with Simon Brandley from Switzerland, the current leader in the World Cup. We even get a prize money for that. Another success of these championships was that Valerie and my brother Matthias also raced there. Valerie did a really good job, and at the moment she's 13th in the World Cup, so pretty good for the first year in the national team. Now we are off to Slovakia and Czechia for some MTBO races. Next big competitions are the World Mountain Bike Orienteering Championships in Falun, Sweden in the middle of July, so see you there!